Hi friends, I came a long way to learn how to manage project work. I'm not a certified project manager. I have done a bunch of free online courses in the past, but I've not attended an actual classroom-based learning with a live instructor in it. Nor that I am certified today. At the point of this video is being made, I'm actually attending my official certification for project management. So if you're looking for a basic tips on getting started with managing your project without any experience, you can stay on this video. And if you think that you're more advanced project manager or someone who have done this, have a certification in this may not be the right video for you. Feel free to click away. So in this video, I try to make it as basic as possible. There is 3 takeaways that you can expect from this video. Number 1 is you will learn the main 2 values that can help you plan as an unofficial project manager and make it more successful. And those 2 are people and process. These 2 elements are interrelated values that can help to complete your project lifecycle. It makes more sense to plan your day around these 2 values, and it will brings you towards the goal that you want to achieve. Takeaway number 2 is when you put these 2 values together, you will then get to experience an organized day inside out. Number 1 as the input, mind has more clarity, and output, the result of your work, can be more meaningful and valuable for the team and for the project that you're working on. Number 3 is useful resources to help you plan your day. This makes it easy for you to manage the work progress of your project, even though you're not a certified PM. It doesn't matter, but knowing a basic ways of managing your resources can help you move forward and progress in the projects that you're handling. I'm going to grab my cup of tea and we can jump right into this chat. Mental pictures of the day's success. This thing I'm about to share with you might sound very common. The first thing you want to do when you are starting your day is to have a mental picture of how you want your day to be like. This applies in general, starting with the overall view of your life of that day. And in this context, we're focusing on the project. Think about the background of your project nature. For example, in my case, my team are currently creating a process and system that enabling the engineers to be onboarded safely and to be well supported during their first 10, 30, and 90 days. So when I picturing what I needed to achieve for that day is to create 1 bits of the work to help support this goal, and I list down the main 3 important things that we need to do for the day. Keeping project pulse. Understand the context of your project. Depending on the tools that your team are currently using or you are currently using, maybe it's best for you to familiar yourself with Kanban method. It's a framework that divides the project into different states like the backlog, to do, in progress, and completing. You can use a lot of tools to apply this Kanban like Trello. I use Notion for my personal project, and currently we use Jira at work to manage multiple projects within this software environment. If you're handling multiple projects, spare the time to be prepared ahead of time, especially maybe 5 to 10 minutes before a team huddle. Assess your work in progress will help you to be prepared on what are the things that you can support yourself and team members in achieving the goals of those projects that you're working on. Spotting the challenges and blockers, you can ask those questions around what does the project need right now for us to move from one state to another state. For example, the current state of the project that I'm in is to complete the task and close down the project as an operational phase system. So what do we need to get there? And I will list down the potential tasks that needs to happen and raise this in the meeting. When you analyze the current state of the project, you'll be able to foresee the schedule of your day and your week. You'll be able to analyze those days and put in the priority to the tasks that you need to complete for the day. How I usually prioritize the work is usually by using the Eisenhower matrix, And from there, I would able to move things that are not important into not urgent and to be discarded for the time being, and put in the top 3 prioritized work that needs to be done for the day and for the week. When you analyze your day, you'll be able to put things into a blocks of time. You'll be able to plan your meeting and focus hour of the day for you to do the actual work that will contribute to the project. Team meeting is to get the project updates, the progress update, if there is any blockers that needs to be raised, and if there is any discussions of the new cards that created on Trello or Jira, and if there is any new decision that needs to be made, you will use the team meeting to discuss this and decide whether do you need other meetings to solve this issue. As a project manager, it is not for you to micromanage your team on what they needed to do, but you need to focus on the outcomes that they have delivered and ask them what are the blockers and what are the challenges that they face if those results are not achieving or satisfying the requirement that you set or the team set for the goal. The rule of thumb here is knowing that team meeting is to provide project updates, understand the blocker, to delegate the works, and also prioritizing the focus. It is not for you to micromanage your team. For example, I have very interesting experience in this area of work where people rather spend time to micromanage your tasks upon agreement from the weekly meeting, but maybe we can talk about it in next time. But the basic thing here is to know the agenda of team meeting, to keep it very precise and very straightforward so that your team will be able to manage the tasks that they needed to do. And I also have a separate time that is called focus hour, where I would spend more time to do things that is tagged to me and I needed to complete within the agreed time that we have talked about in the weekly meeting. Number 4 is preparing for the team meeting. So as I mentioned earlier, it is important for us to prepare the meeting ahead of time because there are 2 values that are very important here and interrelated in your project lifecycle. The first one is people. People is referring to your team member, people who are the support that you get in order for you to build a project or build the products that you wanted to build. And what you need to do here as a project manager, you need to build up your active listening skill in listening to your team members on what they are trying to say and raise the concerns to you. Based on the explanation that is given to you in the meeting, your job is to make sure that you have the clarifying questions so that you would understand the problems that they raise better and so that we can come together as a group to find the right solution. In this area of people values, it is also important for you as a project manager to respect other people's capacity, to also respect other people's strength. And because of that, listening skill is very important so that you can assess the problem, the red flags that the other persons are saying that would cause and impacting your project. It's not about who's done right and who's done wrong, but it is about what are the blockers that can stop us to move forward and achieving the goal within timeline that we agreed on. And also when it comes to people area, in managing people, this is a whole different topic that we can dive into to talk about the psychology of managing people in the team. But as for now, the first thing that I think you can take away from this in amplifying this people value is your listening skill. The next preparation that you can do for your team meeting is to manage your process. For you to have a next punchy meeting, be prepared with an agenda. For you to learn how to do and create an agenda for your meeting, you can use this template called POP framework. It's designed by Donna George. Donna George is an Australian author who wrote the 25 minutes meeting, and she said that you can use POP framework to help you cut the chase and get to the point of the meeting. People hate a very long meeting and long-winded conversation that has no action plan to it. So it is best for you to start with this simple template to help you create an agenda for your next meeting. You can plan your meeting ahead of time by using these simple 4 steps. The first one is the purpose of the meeting, objective that you want to achieve, the people that you're meeting, and why they need to be there, the process of you to achieve this meeting goal. And with this, you don't need to have a full hours or lengthy conversation in a meeting each time you meet your team member. With that, also, you're giving back the time for them and helping them to be more productive in achieving the goals for the project. The last one, as a project manager or unofficial project manager, is to reflect on your day. Look back into the plan for the day, see whether you achieve those targets, and you can ask yourself at the end of the day if you are having a progress, if you guys are making the progress and solving the right problem of the day, and how do you feel about it? And with that information in mind, it will help you to plan for a better task, better goal for the next day and for the next week. So here is all the 5 steps you can take in managing a project even though you're not an official certified project manager. The first one is mental pictures of the day success, keeping your project pulse, having a schedule, prepare for the team huddle, and reflect of the day. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.